you look cool, you look calm. You just cool and calm.
That's part of the plan. That's part of the plan. Maybe I'll get it from my dad. He's too laid back, but yeah, 100%. My first title, hopefully not the last. And for sure, I'm looking forward to these big nights.
Frazer, I've actually sat ringside with you before watching a Moses Itauma fight. I think it was possibly in Telford as well. Yeah. And you were kind of like, well, this guy's quite something, right?
Well, I think it's common knowledge. I'm a big boxing fan, and when this young man was coming through in the amateurs, and I was watching him, I was sure we was destined for an Olympic champion. He chose to turn professional, and ever since, you know, some people might have said, oh, he could have gained a bit more experience. He's doing the learning here, and isn't he doing it so well? I'm loving watching it. I'm trying to avoid his backhand from afar, if I'm honest. But he's doing ever so well, and honest to God, like I say, I'm a fan. And I hope one day he does win more titles, and I hope one day me and him headline over here for a world title.
100%.
That sounds pretty good, Francis.
Sounds good, and you know, Fraser's always been very complimentary about Moses, and I'm sure the feeling's mutual. So it's nice to see a bit, you know, good respect between the guys.
100%.
And you know, he's coming on leaps and bounds every fight, every training camp. He's gaining experience, doing some great learning in the gym. I know his first camp with Ben's gone very well, and yeah, on to his first title fight, which is it's big news for him.
Ben's floating around here at the moment. We're going to get Ben up here and talk to us in a minute. And we didn't have a chance to really talk to you about the whole Ben thing. You know, are you, when you're there, Moses, is it like an old squad, England squad or club, or are you coming in at staggered times?
No, we're coming in staggered times, but obviously there's some times where our times may clash, and I may see Anthony Joshua, and I'm like, I'll ask him a few questions, and it kind of like, it's nice to know that I've got someone to ask questions, and he's been somewhere where I want to go. So it makes life easier.
Because you are a sponge. That's a compliment. No,
100%.
he's a monster sponge. Honestly, I've sat with him, and you can almost see him absorbing what you're saying. He ain't listening, he's absorbing it. Yeah, he's taking it in. And then you'll say something about him, right? 6 months later, he'll pull you over and he'll say, yeah, I really like that, Steve. Don't worry. He's a sponge, man. And sponges are good.
Absolutely.
Sponges are good.
Sponges are good.
I think it's a great move, you know, him go with Ben and seeing the likes of Joshua around, because almost like a good young football team. Yeah. It's not quite as good without a few solid pros in the middle. Yeah, great point. I think all it does is bring you on. And like I say, he's in good hands, and you know, I hope he's not in too good hands. He's not learning too much, because one day, you know, I think we'll clash out here in the big one.
That'd be a big fight one day, Moses. You and Big Frazer.
Imagine. That's some tickets.
How many big fights have we got in the heavyweight division over the next 10 years?
Loads.
Just involving British fights. No, I'm being honest. We got 30 fights.
Well, I mean, you know, the great fight that Frazer and Fabio had, it was absolutely spectacular.
Massive.
You haven't even got to look outside the UK for the top fight. So the abundance of talent on here, the abundance of talent we've got in the UK, happy times for everybody.
Back in England, Fabio's going, I am me. David Adelaide's going, I am me. Joe Joyce is going, I am me. Don't drop me out. Soul saying, I am me.
They're all great fighters. They're all in the conversation for sure.
Francis, I think we're going to swap you out. We're going to get a bit of trainer words. Let's find out what this relationship is going like. Ben Davison, great to see you. New charge here in Moses Itauma. Yeah. Is he any good?
Not too bad.
Hold on.
No, I think it's very rare to come across a heavyweight whose skills could match those of somebody at any weight across the board. But that's what we've got here. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about the future.
How's he settling into the gym? It sounds like there's staggered times, but sometimes he gets a little bit of advice off of AJ as well. Feels like a good vibe over there. Yeah,
fantastic, and I like that. I like to try and create a team environment where they can all learn from each other. Don't want to put words in his mouth, but I feel like he's come and his eyes have been open to a degree in new ways of looking at the sport, and I feel like that's ignited the fire in him. He's passionate about the sport of boxing, and that excites us as coaches.
Ben, I think, you know, I call him a sponge. I said I think he's a good, I mean, not putting words in your mouth. He's a good listener, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a really good listener.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, very coachable, and he'll go into a spar and he'll try and put into practice what you're trying to teach and what you're trying to encourage, and that is a sign of somebody that will go far, whether they've got talent or not. And luckily, we've got plenty of talent.
It's a bonus.
And how are you adjusting to working under Ben? I know that Lee Wiley and Ben very meticulous in their preparation, a lot of videotape, a lot of slowing things down. How are you adjusting to that?
100%. It's not really a lot of adjusting. I feel like I'm kind of used to it. As an amateur, I was always training with my club coaches and then GB coaches and then England coaches. So like, I'm kind of used to it, but Yeah, it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing, especially last year, this year, and hopefully new beginnings.
Listen, you spent time with Tyson Fury up in his camp as well. Biggest fight of his life on Saturday night against his toughest opponent is what he's saying as well. How did he look to you in those, the time that you spent with him?
No, 100%, very good, very good. Even also him being in this camp, he passed on a lot of knowledge, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I hope he does the job on Saturday night.
Ben, can I ask you a question? You and Lee are forensic the way you prepare your fighters. 8 rounders through title fights, major fights, make or break fights.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, would you like to be preparing a fighter to fight Usyk or Tyson Fury? Which one of them would you prefer to prepare a fighter for?
Just being honest, I'm quite soft-hearted, and it always stands in my mind when AJ got upset after the second Usyk fight. I didn't even know him at the time. But that resonates with me, with someone who's just desperate to, and I'm very confident that we could put that right. Obviously, knowing that he was coming to the gym, we looked at that fight and we showed him some examples, and I feel like that's now given him confidence that actually, yeah, if I do these things, I'm very confident of being able to win that fight. So, yeah, if I had my choice, that'd be it.
Are you patient with him, or do you take it to him, Ben? You're fighting Usyk. You're patient with him. You take it to him, or a bit of both?
Can't say.
The problem is Usyk's he's very well rounded. He's good enough to make adjustments. I feel like there's going to be ebbs and flows, and there's going to be adjustments from both guys on Saturday, and they're good enough both to make those adjustments. I think you can't just, again, for example, AJ tried to approach the fight with 2 different styles. Fight 1, fight 2. It's understanding scenarios, how to create scenarios, how to understand tendencies that the fighter's got and how you can exploit them. And yeah, I'm very confident we'd be able to be successful if that opportunity come up.
Fantastic stuff, Ben Davison, Moses Itauma. We're going to let you go.
Thank you.
I'll take that. I'll take the handshake and the mic. There you go. Mr. Moses Itauma, this is always fun at the end.